it feels very permanent in the sense that it feels like home. This is most at home I feel any place since I left the place I was born. I remember thinking when I was a child, when I was herding cows for an old lady in my neighbourhood, and it was, for me, it was lonely because I was away from my brothers and sisters. I'd rather be playing and doing other stuff. I remember thinking when I grow up, I'm never going to do this. This little cabin that you're looking at here was built about 7 or 8 years ago, and I built it as a temporary shelter, and I spent a lot of my life most of my life outside. So in the winter time, I often come home cold and wet and so on, and I wanted to have a little place that I could sleep and have a stove in it, so I could have the place warm in 5 minutes or so, and go to bed. So that's my sleeping hut, I call it. I come here one time to help somebody get firewood. There was an old clear cut, and all the trees were down, but it was so beautiful, the panorama of the mountains and the lake and all that, that I just, oh, that'd be a nice place to live. Yeah. The whole feeling of being illegal, being on Crown land and not that's something we had to deal with, whether or not we were going to get eviction notice or whatever. And that kind of stayed with me for a few years, and then I got over that, and as I got over that, then it become more home, because I got more attached to the place. Now, and now this is it for me, probably. Yeah. It was when it just brought me back to my childhood. We did before the tractor. Everybody had tractors. We did. My father, he was a horseman, and I helped him when I was like 10 years old and stuff. Learned to drive horses. It's not that I wanted to do it back then, but I learned enough by the observation to be able to do it when I got older. But if we want to get our power back and be able to do things for ourselves and not pay other people to live our lives for us, we have to be devoted. We have to learn stuff and stick with it. It will define our lives instead of us defining it by saying what, maybe I'd like to go to Thailand for the winter or whatever, like that's a whole new concept to the world, eh? A few events in my life happened to make me realize, hey, that was a good life. And now that I appreciate that I had them experiences, because they give me endurance for what I do. When I started growing food, I come to realize that this is really important, to feed my family and my friends and people around me, and that over the years become an issue, become a really important. It could become more important the longer I did, and I have a better understanding of what's really happening, and how, and the whole idea that we have given up our power to do stuff. Like my parents left without second thought their way of self-reliant lifestyle. They didn't know what they were giving up, because they didn't know about the world of Southern Ontario and what it was going to do to the kids. They expected nothing but good. Yeah, more of everything, the freedom, money, travel, all this sort of stuff. They seen that it was the land of opportunity.